Congrats. Hello everyone, the movie I want to introduce to you this weekend is Big Fish and Begonia. The story saw brothers and sisters in a fishing village living happily by the sea. They play on the sea every day and they are very happy. What makes them happy is that there is a group of red dolphins at this time of year. Compared with other dolphins here, the red dolphins are so beautiful. Boy, you're right. These red dolphins are very special, but you don't know they don't belong to this world at all. They come from the depths of the ocean where the sky is connected to the sea of the human world. They are the ones who govern the laws of the human world. They follow the tradition and Xiaohua fish soup turns into a dolphin and go to the south gate of the human world square. The most beautiful red dolphin is the heroine. Tsubaki said goodbye to her parents. It's so beautiful to come to the world. She made an appointment so far and watched a lot. She likes the world very much, but he can only stay for 7 days. If he doesn't return to Dingxian after 7 days, I live in their world, he will never go back. He was reluctant to look at the little boy. I think this beautiful world chose to leave after all. But then an accident happened. I thought it would hurt her, but I just wanted to help him out. Will we go? He also said that the divorce will turn into a small fish, and there is zero wife. Guan-chun and asked Grandpa if we will die too. He also smiled and said that of course it is the law of nature. And Grandpa's great luck is coming soon. She was very sad that she brought the boy's conch while pressing her mouth and swallowing her mouth and asking him what was wrong. She was skilled in her own troubles. Pichio spit out water and walnuts. When you said that, you came here in the middle of the night. He had a dental disease and a boat took him away, but what he didn't know was that behind him there were always a pair of eyes looking at him worriedly. She was Xiao, who grew up with Chun. He liked Chun very much. Go to bed late. Why do you have to do the secret order of life? You can only hold the walnut that you eat and pull down, and pray silently for him in your heart. Lingbo told Tsubaki that the resurrection is against Tianzua, and he will be severely punished. Tsubaki can't control it. So much he owes him his life, what must he do? In the end, half of his life in the spring festival is exchanged for the boy's soul. As long as he guards the little fish and grows into a big prison despite the hardships, he can return to the human world and see the lovely little Yuchen in front of him. His heart was full of anticipation. He hoped that the fish would grow up soon. The long bucket could not fit in the house. He thought about the boy's name. The ball suddenly popped up and said, I can help you name it. Baiming has a fish. I don't know how many thousand miles Koen is, just call me Chuan. I'm very happy, but I didn't notice the changes in their world. I'm getting bigger and bigger. I think of something because I'm just a conch. He wanted to send him to his family, but he couldn't see him that day. He bullied and asked his mother why he did it, but how could he understand that Koen can't exist in this world? With the help of the disaster area, the two of them came to a dark place to find sleep, but there was no clue. Suddenly, a strange-looking old woman appeared. He is Limbo, who is in charge of the reign of the good people in the world, and he is in charge of the bad people and the rats. It can help the village chief was sleepy, but the conditions were racket and he danced. He finally found the village and trapped him so that no one else would find him. He hid him in a small pond. The elders in the village had already felt that the rain and seawater was not normal for the past few days, but Haruko wanted to grow up quickly. The snake appeared in Xiao and stepped forward, but was attacked by another tongue, carrying the empty cup ball again, and found the grandfather in charge of the herbs, Grandpa Zhou, to save him. It was really good, but the grandfather reminded me of the university and said I knew what you were doing. It's a dangerous thing, but you are kind in your heart. Right or wrong is someone else's business. I will turn into a crabapple tree and protect you with my grandma. At the same time, the summer is here, but it snows heavily. The world is getting more and more abnormal, and the autumn leaves finally get knowing that Chun had half of his lifespan. Under the instigation of Shu, he threw the control into the river. Only in this way, Chun's silkworm would not be implicated by Koen. If the elders found out, it would be dangerous to achieve success, but his kindness did a disservice to the tax and the loss of life and death. Let the burly human world live without you for the other half of her life, but let it be like this. In the end, with them both survived the disaster, but Bo obviously won't help for free. With this conch, he has the hope of breaking out of the seal and returning to the world. Seeing how happy he is, he thinks that he has half of his lifespan. When you die, the detailed solution is to play mahjong with him. The golfer was lucky and won directly without noticing the meaning of these exclusions. Lien Put kept his word. After whispering to the ball, he looked at the established walnut and lost something. On the other hand, Taoism is playing more and more. We know the existence of Kuan. Later, it was agreed that it was Kuan who caused the wrath. The school bag took the opportunity to ask for the seal to be lifted, and I said the predicament. This will be a young girl who will come back from a variety of changes, and Kuan was finally discovered. I couldn't resist Xiu's sudden appearance, holding his grandma's Dragon King mask, ready to summon and call to stop the election. I sent the car and Kuan directly to the human world, but I rushed out with the number of human artifacts in the car. There is no token, and there is no Hahua fish soup at all. Can't go back. In the end, I begged the law to ignore the election. I helped him hang all the seawater. This small village and the village instantly turned into a sea. There were countless villagers. Luli was locked and some people disappeared because of this. When I got help, I was supervised in an instant. The woman's grandma appeared on her back. He begged the elders to let go of the sleepy sister or wait for him, but it was me, because there was also a girl in his village who lost her brother. All the subjects worked together to build the bridge. It seems that he lost his brothers and sisters, crying with sadness and heavy consciousness. His actions brought the villagers a lot of blessings from Siena's heart. The tree is getting higher and higher, and soon the top will stick out of the sea. All the villagers are even always rescued by the boy. Quite. Lienpa said, I've been waiting for you for a long time to take out the worn soul and cast a spell. Resurrected again. It's just that he no longer has mana, no longer belongs to this world. After the clothes were made by Leiju in the car, he met Xiu on the last road of Lienpa and prepared to send Kuan. The two walked together late at night. Xiu said that you wanted to go to the world. Live with He Kuan. Let me say again that I have seen all your appearances and said that you are all so beautiful, and said in a low voice that I just think of you as Brother Chu. The next day they finally arrived, shouting Kuan's name from time to time, jumping up and kissing her hand, scenes from the past. After getting along for so long, it was finally time to part. The ball summoned the whirlpool again into the direction of the weeping and delusional marriage with huge wings. Chuanqiu peeled off the walnut and swallowed what was inside. He hurriedly asked Shi to hold her hand. He wanted to send Chun together to the world. Dr. Lin came back to save his life. His clothes made the car live a good life. He was crying. In the end, he said that both He Kuan had returned to the human world, and what would happen to Qiu in the end? Lien Put cast a spell on the leaves of the quest to revive the outrageous position on the street. Olimpo was always the one who got liberated from Poyang, and the story ended like this. This movie Big Fish and Begonia is embarrassing to watch this excellent domestic animation film. Until now I didn't expect a bad review to do this. I always imagined that the pictures are so peculiar and the soundtrack is not bad. As a domestic anime mother, we can see the progress of Guaman. Aside from all the bullshit angles about love triangles, I see the dream of life, the beginning of the dream. It can be put into a fish tank or kept in a small pond, so that after constant transformation, it will eventually be able to swim into the sea and soar as far as you once fantasized. The beautiful inner world thinks that in the process, you may face many betrayals, you may encounter a flood, a beast may be used, or you may encounter a person who is willing to sacrifice herself, but no matter what difficulties and obstacles are, just for the dream to continue when your dream opens. Like a small fish, the mind of group tour management will change your life from now on. The biggest thing this movie gave me was that, do I have a dream? It's the weekend. Let's see you next time. Do you like today's video? Remember to follow me, oh yes, and comment and forward.